Good morning, Raminder Singh.
Good morning.
My name is Gurpreet Kaur, and in today's session, we are going to talk about how we can evaluate the internet information to get the quality information.
All right.
So, before we go any further, we're just going to do the housekeeping first. Yeah?
Yep.
So, in case of fire, there is a door on both of side, on your left and on your right. You can follow the fire warden, and she will take you on the evacuation point. If you wanted to use any toilet, there's toilets on both sides. If you go outside your left, you go straight, and then there's a toilet on your right. And if you wanted to use your mobile phone, it's okay, but I would encourage you to keep it on silent. Yeah, and if you have any emergency or anything, you let me know. And if there's any adjustment would you like to make, you are very welcome to do. Before we go any further, let's do some ergonomic check that we are sitting right. You can adjust your chair. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the screen is right in front your eyes. Yep. So you're not getting any strains, but if anytime you're feeling like tired, you can move and you can walk around, which is fine. Yeah. So let's start a topic today.
All right.
So today we're going to talk about how we can evaluate the internet information to get the quality information.
All right.
Yeah. So before we go any further, I would like to play this video so we have an overview what we are going to talk about, and it's easier for you to understand, and then we are go from there. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's start the video.
Yep.
So there's lots of information on this video that how we can evaluate the information that we are getting from the internet. So like we know that internet search is a very different as if we compare it to a library. So in the library, if we go in the library to get the information on a topic or article that we are studying, it's much easier because first we don't need to look for any bias. We don't need to worry that it might not be authentic author, because we know that all these are some reputational authors that have been around for a long time, and their book have been published around, and then people have read their books through from very long time, so we could trust those books and we can read and we can get that quality information that we need, and then we can write our article according to that book. But when we jump on internet, it's a totally different scenario.
Alright.
So on internet, anyone can post anything, you know. You don't need permission, you don't need to go through any reference checks or anything. So you can put any information that you may want and people can, you know, look at it. So that's why it's very, very, very important that we evaluate that information that we are using. So we need to make sure that whatever information we are using, we need to evaluate that information first before we go any further.
Alright.
Okay, so before we go any further, so when we are evaluating an information, there's few steps that we need to check. How we can evaluate the information we are getting from the internet is if it's authentic, you know, we can trust that information, and or we can use it for our articles. So there are few ways that we can do it.
Alright.
Yeah, you ready for it?
Yep.
Okay, so the first one is authority. So authority means we need to make sure that who is the author of that information, what are their credentials, you know, the information that we are using. Is the author expert on that topic? Is the information pre-reviewed? So let's say if you're looking for information, Raminder Singh, I'm just going to ask you a few questions just to see that you are with me on that, so we have a mutual understanding as well. And because I know that we use internet in our everyday life and we do so much with our phones, we play with it a lot. So just to get an idea that, you know, we are on the same page. So for example, let's say that if we are looking for information about CPR, where would you go? Like, let's say we say, okay, you have assignment, how to do a CPR. Which website you go for?
Let's go for the medical websites.
Exactly.
Or the authorized by government, like your special field,
Yes.
like the doctors and the
Yes.
hospitals and nurses, because you got all the main information from there, because it's previewed and they have a professional authors and everything, you know.
Yes.
And then the information is up to date.
Yes, that's it. So if we are looking for anything that related, let's for a broken arm, we won't go on a website that will tell you how to make a sandwich. We will look for that information for the broken arm or broken leg on that internet website, which is related to either medical, like you just said, or it's a page from a hospital. You know, we'll go over there, or any medical website, we'll get that information from there. So that information, if we go through that we would know that their credentials, they are general, you know, they are logistic credentials, and we would know that these authors that we are looking in the medical field, they are expert of it. A mechanic, a automotive mechanic wouldn't tell you that how to fix a leg broken, you know. You wouldn't go for a website with saying mechanics. You would go on a website which will tell you about the broken leg in the medical field or hospital or all these kinds of websites. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the first thing. We need to look for the author. Who is the author? What are their credentials? Then the second term is the accuracy. So is the information that we are getting through the internet is true, and we can verify it? So does it line up with other sources? Is there any spelling or grammar errors? Like if they're giving us information on how to make a sandwich, is it lining up? Is it a true information? You know, wasn't there too many ads on it? You know, most of the time what happen is a commercial page, all their information, it is directly related to the product they are selling. They are leaning toward the product they are selling. So they're going to provide you an information according to that product, so that you can't trust that information as an article. So you also need to make sure that, you know, sometimes you go for on a website, it have lots of spelling or grammar errors. So we can't go on that website. So we talked about two. We talked about first, which you really well explained, is authority. And then we got for accuracy, if that website is accurate. You ready to go for next one?
Yep.
And then you already talked about this, the current. Yeah. So you want to explain more about current? You said that you check for a last update date. What do you mean about that?
It's when they update the website,
Yeah.
the recent one. Like if this year is 2024,
Yeah.
and if you see it's updated in September to 2024,
Yeah.
so it means this website is up to date.
Yes.
And it's got all the latest information, latest techniques, and
Yes.
latest methods and everything.
Yes.
It's not anything like that's 10 years back. It's like up to date.
Yes, that's very true. So this is we look for the date they have put it on. So we need to make sure that if it's like you just said that it is something very latest and it's not expired. You don't want to do any CPR on someone which has been expired 5 years back, because since we had COVID, lot of things have been changed. So we don't want to do anything any CPRs or anything which have been done so long back that they are not even relevant now, because there's people life which depend on it. Sorry, I might need to pause a little bit. Sorry. So now we're going to do a little activity, like we talk about authority and accuracy. Yeah.
All right.
So before we'll talk the rest, we'll talk of the rest of the things a bit later after the activity. But we'll do a little activity over here on those two topics that we have just discussed. Yeah,
All right.
I'm going to provide you a topic here. Okay, and you have to look for it if it's you would tell me about their authors, and if it's accurate information, that how would you check, like we talked about, how would you check about the authors. And so I have put you about provide me information on broken leg. Okay, so this is your topic, and as per the policies and procedures, would you tell me how would you get that information, and how would you check the authority of the page, and how would you check if the information is accurate? You have 2 minutes, yeah,
All right.
or you can use 3 minutes. That's okay, yeah.
All right.
So when we are searching, we're gonna look for the, if you can look for credential of the website, or if we look for the authors of the website, and also if the information that we are getting on that page is accurate. Yeah.
Yep.
You have 1 more minute, and then we'll discuss the what searches you have find, and how would you find out that if it's this authentic information. If you have any question in the meantime, you can always ask me. Yeah.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, this is your page. How would you look for the author, Miller?
So just have a look.
Yeah.
Who's published this
Yes. So this is the Department of Health.
Yep.
That's very good page. I mean, that's
And it's
yeah.
you can trust on it.
Yeah, of course you can, because this is something that they deal with and they are expert in it.
Yep.
And this is a government website
Yep.
and a local. And I really, yeah, that's a very good way to, so yeah, and all the information you can
And
see.
it's got all the relevant information like
Yeah.
about the health and the broken, like anything.
I like the pictures. Yeah,
It tells you everything
Yeah.
about the medicine field,
yeah,
health field,
yeah,
and they got like a reputable authors
yeah,
and organizations behind this one.
yeah. Like,
And the best thing, like, it's proven by the government, and they don't have any commercials or anything in it.
yeah, that's very good. So commercial, when we go on a website that have a lots of advertisements or commercials going on, it's mostly the chance that their information they have provided on that page will liaise to the product they're trying to sell. So they're going to provide you the information around that product. So that means that it couldn't be wrong, we can't entirely trust on that information. So that's a very good, that's a very good one. I'll give you 10 out of 10 and you on this project. So this is a very well way of looking for the information. And you check, okay, so and how would you find the date, check the date, that if it's how would you trust that it's accuracy?
Yeah, because it's up to date.
Yeah.
It's you can check at the bottom. We say when it's last updated.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Good. That's good. Okay, so now we are moving on to our next part. Yeah, we talked about, now we're going to talk the next part. So if the information that we are getting, it's biased, it's not biased, and it's authentic. Yeah. And also, yes, so let's see, we're going back from here. Okay, where it is. Okay. Okay, you're done well. So this is, we've finished, we completed now our activity. That's good. So this activity have helped us how and give us a more hand-on techniques, how we can use that information and how we can search it. And this activity will provide you some confidence that how you can actually look for websites, and give you some hands-on experience that you have done that. So when next time when you go for looking for information from any of the sources, then you can go for, okay, we talked about how we need to look for the authority of the website that we are using, and also how we need to look for the information that we are getting is true and is accurate, and it cover us sorry. Okay, and now we're going for currency. The next point we're going to look after accuracy is current, like you just checked when that website have last updated.
Yep.
And after that is relevancy, that is that topic what we are looking on the internet, or the information that we have just got it, is it relevant to the topic that we are studying for. Then it's bias, is the information presented objectively, does it have any objective, or is just unobjectively presented on a website, we don't want that. And then the coverage, so how comprehensive is the information is, how much are they covering the whole part, or they just giving you the head point. So this is depend on the information that you're looking for.
All right.
Yeah. So, and the next one is the appearance. Sometimes it's easy to navigate and use the websites. So does they have, sometimes it have lots of ad. So generally, if a website is presented very well, it have very well colored, decorated, doesn't mean it have the authentic information that you are looking for. So we always need to we're gonna go on the first step. authority first, and then accuracy, and then we're going to check on the appearance, because we need to we are there to get the quality information. Sometimes the website they're designed really well, but they don't have the accurate information that we are looking for.
Yep.
And then the last but not the least is the country of origin. So we, if anything, like we in Australia, so it's nice if we stick with the website originated in Australia. So let's say like some information that we live in Western Australia, but there's some parts, some things that we are getting in Western Asia, they might not be valid in Victoria, because of the weather change, or some products that we are looking online, they might not be as important in Victoria because of the condition of the state. So we need to look for the products which are local. Yeah. Do you have any example that you wanted to share for the local products that you use in your field? That you stick with the local products.
Yeah, the thing is like if you got the local products, it's easy. Like suppose for example, like if you drive a truck,
Yeah.
and it's a WA based company where you buy a truck.
Yeah.
So if something happen or some breakdowns,
Yeah.
so it's easy to take the truck over there. They got all the spare parts and they got everything related to a truck, and they fix it in straight away, like
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 days something.
Yeah.
But if you get something like imported from other countries,
Yeah.
they might, if the truck is broken, they might don't have that part available. So they have to order, and then they do they send the parts to the WA,
Yeah.
and it might take 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you have to wait, and you can't work in this time. You
Yes.
have to wait until the truck is fixed,
Yeah.
and then you get the truck and start. But the thing is, you waste three weeks,
Yes.
and it's a big loss.
That's true.
You have to sit at home in 3 weeks, and
Yes. Yeah.
so I think it's that's good. Like if you get something locally,
Yeah.
so you get straight away.
That's true. So local is good. So if we stick on the websites that have www.gov.au, or at the end they have gov.au, so we know we can trust those websites for the information because they are Australian websites and they have gone through the accuracy process, and they are relevant, and they are current, and we know their authority, and we know there is no bias in it, and we know that they have covered properly, and so this will cover everything. So it's very good for our article purpose, or if we're doing any research, we will stick to the local country of origin. Yeah. So this is what we have discussed. So these are the main topics that we need to keep in our mind. Yeah. So now before we go any further, we're going to do one activity where you're going to look for how to make a sandwich. We're going to get the information. We're going to evaluate the information you get from internet. Yeah. By using these key principles. Yeah. So you have 5 minutes for that activity. We can do how to make a ham and cheese sandwich. And we have to evaluate the information that we are getting from internet by using the principles that we have discussed. So which are, you wanna tell me what the principles are, Raminder Singh?
Yep, accuracy.
Yeah.
Currency.
Yeah.
Coverage.
Yeah.
And the origin of country.
Yes.
And the authority.
Yeah.
And the appearance.
Yes, that's it. So yeah, let's look for. So now you have 4 minutes left because I have used one of your minute to detail it again. So you have 4 minutes to find that information, and then to put those principles in place as well. Yeah. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, you're good. You were very quick, Ravinder Singh. Well done. You pro now in internet. Let's see. Okay. So this is the page that. Okay, you want to talk about what the information that you have got it and why you choose this website for the information to get the how to make a sandwich?
Yeah, because it got all the relevant information.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I look, who's the author of this website,
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
then it's the other thing is like I see the accuracy.
Yeah.
Like the thing is there any grammar or spelling errors,
Yeah.
or like, and what are the other sources? Does it line with other sources as well?
Yeah.
And the other thing is like the currency.
Currency. Yes.
So it means it's like when it's published, when it's last updated,
Yeah.
and they got, so you got roughly idea, it's up to date and everything.
Yeah. They have some videos as well. That's
Yep.
good. I like it's very colorful and it's the appearance is really well,
Yep.
which is good. And the author, yeah, they
The-
are the.
And the
yeah,
main
sorry.
thing like it's got all the information regarding to the question.
Yes.
Sometimes you ask something and you don't find the answer, like what you're looking for. But
Relatable.
Yep. It's
Relevancy.
relevancy.
Yes.
It's got everything like your all that questions, your all what's going in your mind. It's
Yeah.
got all the information in there.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like they don't have any commercial ads in this.
Which
And
is
they
really-
so
yeah.
that's the main thing. There's no ads, no commercial, nothing. It's just all the stuff related to the question.
question. Yeah. That's really good one.
And the last thing I see,
Yeah.
the source of this website.
Yes.
It's a local one,
Yeah.
so that's the best thing. Like
Yes, it's gov.w. Yeah, that's really good. It's an Australian recipe page. Oh, John recipe. Oh, nice. Yeah, it is. Yes, and it's last updated in 24, which is very recent. So this is the very good way that that how we can use this principle. So authority, accuracy, currency, relevancy, coverage, appearance, and country of origin to get the quality information. So we can evaluate the information that we are getting from internet. So it's latestly very latest, and the author is John, and I can see there he has so many followers. Oh wow, thousands of viewers. So that means this is authentic page, that he's not going to bias his reputation by providing any wrong information on his page, because yeah, and you can see, yeah, and he said, oh, there you go, it said that he's been posting from 5 years back. Okay, yeah, very good, lovely. So that's a very good way. Arvind Singh, you have covered everything to check, to evaluate the information. So you have applied all these principles in this activity, which is really good. Yeah. And there is no advertisement so whatsoever, which is really good, and it giving you very detailed information on how to make a ham and cheese toaster sandwich with the ingredients. So this is all you want. Well done.
Yep.
Good job. Thank
Thank
you. So you passed that test.
all right, thank you.
So so that was what we are going to discuss today. So there's other ways that we can look for when we are evaluating any information. So we can check that if it's any page that we are going through it, if it has been backed up by some references, if it has provided us with some links or some references that we can check if they if so any page that have provided us some references, that means they are authentic, because they're not going to compromise their author reputation by giving us false informations. So, and also if the page it's how old the author is, how long it's been providing us information, that will really helpful as well. And also, like you said, the government websites, if it's anything that will give you explanation on .gov.au, that means that's something we can trust on, because it's local and it's through the government, and we can trust on that information.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that was today's session. Thank you very much. Um, for attending this session. In the next session, which we will discuss, we will probably do it in 2 weeks time, and we will discuss in deep about how we can put more principles in to get the quality information on the internet, and we will talk more about internet research in that, how to conduct, and how to plan, and we'll talk deep in that about that in that session.
All right.
But before we go any further, so before we finish this today's session, I would like you to do me one favor. I will provide you some feedback forms. So here are some feedback forms. If you feel that are for me, that would be really good. So you can either email
Yeah,
me.
I will email you.
Okay.
Yep.
So you just provide a feedback and just give me honest opinion. How would you like today's session, and what are the parts that you enjoyed a lot,
Alright.
so I can work on myself too. Thank you
Yep.
very much for being here, Raminder Singh.
No
Have a
worries.
lovely day.
Thank you so much.